What is going on, members of the Shy Guys squad, and welcome back to MPL Week 9 versus Jolt of TheTokenMinorities and his Toronto Staraptors. This will quickly be like the team analysis before we jump into the battle, which will be one in the same video. So if you guys enjoy, make sure to leave a like down below, comment what you think of the team and battle itself, subscribe if you're new, and I want to say, first of all, thank you guys so much. We reached 435 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. 65 to go until that big 500. Now, I'm sorry about my voice. I'm kind of sick right now. I'm coughing a lot, so that's going to be a recurring thing through the video, probably, where I'm drinking some lemon and mint water, or some hot lemon and mint water, and then muting my mic a bit because I need to cough, and then possibly also muting my mic because I need to like clean my nose. But without further ado, let's just jump into the team real quick. So starting off, we have Megalodios right here, Jesus, with 60 HP, max defense, 4 spadef, and 192 in speed, with the moveset of Calm Mind, Hidden Power Fire, Psyshock, and Roost. So 60 HP was kind of like the remainder. I kind of focused on the speed first to outspeed Thundurus-T, like as long as it's not Scarf, of course. Max defense just to be able to take as many hits, because last time we got screwed over by Mega Swampert and Armaldo in the rain. Now I do see that my team doesn't fare well against Armaldo, but that's just something I'm gonna have to work around, because I have prep for Armaldo. You see, we'll get to that when we get there. Just need to take a drink real quick. Alright, so as you can see, this set deals really well with Jolt's team. Megalodios in itself is a really phenomenal mon that does great in most matches, really, because Megalodios is just so bulky and so offensive and has a great speed tier, and it's just overall broken. But I absolutely love it, and I expect that this thing can do a couple of things, and Scizor cannot set up on it because of the HP fire, but he does have rain, which is something I need to worry about. Oh, I'm sorry about this. Next up is Boy, the Greninja, Life Orb with HP Fire, Scald, Dark Pulse, and Spikes. My plan here is, Wobbuffet can trap Greninja all at once, but it can't do anything because I'm a special attacker, so its Mirror Coat is negated because I'm a Dark type, and Mirror Coat's a Psychic type attack. So, we have enough speed to outspeed Thundurus once again, because, Jolt's team is very slow, barring in the rain. So we have In Power Fire, of course, for Scizor, Scald for Stab that can also be taken advantage of in the rain. Dark Pulse is mainly for Wob, and then Spike is just to Spike stack him, so he can take a lot of damage and stuff. Then we have, like I mentioned earlier, we have 216 in speed to outspeed Thundurus. We have 32 in special defense, which were left over. We have 248, which is the max special attack with the IVs of HP Fire, and 12 HP just to hit right under 150, so we can take most advantage of the Life Orb with the recoil, because we take 14 damage, 14 HP of damage from the recoil, and then we have like, so if I for some reason get off 10 hits, I will still have like 1% left. And that is Greninja. Hold on. Oh my god, I hate being sick. The worst part is it doesn't happen a lot either, so when it happens, it fucking sucks. But next up, we have NASCAR Bug here, the Scolipede, with the Mental Herb to be trapped by the Wobbuffet. If he goes for Encore, I can just snap out of that shit and then kill it with Mega Horn. Hold on. So we outspeed Thundurus, we can get speed boosts up, of course. We have SD, Poison Jab, Toxic Spikes, and Mega Horn. Because Jolt has a lot of mons that I would like to wear down. Like, for example, Mega Swampert, he has a Sableyes, he has a couple other things that that I'm not a particular fond of against my team. Armaldo, who can spin, he can get the toxic damage, that'd be lovely. Let's look at some other things. He has a Sylveon, which was the bane of my existence last time. He has a, like I mentioned, Mega Swampert, he has Sableye, Armaldo, Serperior, Miltank, Politoed, and of course the threat itself, Wobbuffet. All threats that I would love to just poison and just wear down on the side of attacking, putting him on the offside. Now I do know he has Scizor with Defog, Salamence with Defog, Armaldo with Rapid Spin. Like, he has hazard removal, but if I can pressure him enough, then like his switches are gonna get cost him more damage over time. Yeah, so we have SD, Poison Jab, Toxic Spike, and Mega Horn. Now I do realize that Scizor, I'm going to mention that a lot because my team does not fare well against Scizor. Scizor kind of wants this set because all I can rely on is a setup Mega Horn to do some damage to it. And that's realistically all I can rely on when it comes to Scalpede. So if you bring Scizor, he can basically just kind of force me out with this thing, which is good on his part and pretty bad on my part. But what can you do? So that is NASCAR bug. Where's my mouse? There we go. Next up is Jolteon here, which is Choice Scarf, Hidden Power Grass with Baton Pass, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, with enough speed to outspeed a Mega Swampert, Jolly Max Speed in the rain, with Hidden Power Grass to take it out. We also have 20 HP because it was left over, 248 special attack because HP Grass IVs, and last, oh shit, god damn, I felt that one. And last but not least, we have 4 in Spadef just because they were the last leftover that didn't do anything. So I kind of just dropped them in Spadef because highest stat and whatnot. And of course, since he has like Sylveon, Thundurus, Superior, Politoed, just extra 4 Spadef would be nice. So I decided to put him there. But yeah, that's Jolteon. Pretty simple, pretty standard. Next up is Johnny Blaze, the new name for our Emboar, because I was kind of thinking about it as I was going, and I liked it, and now it's Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze. I like that name. So Johnny Blaze, the Emboar, outspeeds Armaldo regularly, also outspeeds the Mega Swampert due to the thing. It doesn't quite outspeed the Thundurus, but I'm not going to stay in the Thundurus with this thing anyways. So we have Choice Scarf Emboar here with Flare Blitz, Superpower, Will-O-Wisp, and Stone Edge. The reason for that is he has like 2 switch-ins to Flare Blitz on his team. That is Salamence and Miltank. Salamence gets Stone Edged, Miltank gets Superpowered, and in case I want to predict like a cheeky little like switch or something like into Swampert, because Swampert is also one of his few switch-ins that have Politoed. If I can burn those and just get some residual damage, that'd be nice, and then I can just switch out into a more favorable matchup, like for example Scalpede, Megalodi, Greninja for that matter, or even my next mod. But yeah, getting a burn off was kind of a nice thing. Choice Scarf, Will-O-Wisp. Kind of thought of it pretty last minute, but I like the idea of it. So that's that. And as a depart, as the last departure of our team, because we did do a trade with the Viridian Beetrolls as of week 10. Amethyst the Goodra is leaving us. It's very sad, but Goodra was just kind of holding back because we had Megalodios, which just gave us that dragon coverage that we needed, and oh, so sorry about that, you guys. Can't do anything about this coughing, man. That's just gonna happen. But we have Goodra here, and this set is really nice. I spent a lot of time calculating with this one and prepping it ready, looking at like spread, different variations of spreads and stuff on my opponent's team. And since this is the departure with Goodra, because we're picking up Clefable, which some might look upon and say, oh, well, that's a busted trade. But then again, you gotta remember, he also traded Rotom Wash for Lantern, so, I mean, take that as you will. But yeah, we have Sludge Wave, Power Whip, Dragon Tail, and Fire Blast on this Goodra, with 124 HP, max attack, 124 special attack, 4 in defense, and 4 in Spadef. I am a relaxed nature because I can't afford dropping any of my other stats. Power Whip with max attack allows me to take down a HP invested but not defense invested Politoed. It absolutely shits on Swampert. Sludge Wave does like 50, or Fire Blast outside of rain does like 60% to the superior. I can of course also get the attack boost due to me being Sap Sipper. What else was it with it? Sludge Wave is like a 3KO on Sylveon, so I have to play around with Wish Protect and stuff like that. And then I have Dragon Tail just for phasing in case he starts to get a little bit frisky. Like say Thundurus sets up, I can Dragon Tail that out. But yeah, so that is the team builder section of this. I'm just gonna quickly quickly cut and then we'll get into the match. I'll probably leave a timestamp or something like that. Well, it's too late for that now, but yeah, in case you didn't notice, there was a timestamp in the description that left us to the battle. So I'm just gonna quickly swap over and I'll see you guys there. So here we are with the battle against Jolt of the TokenMinorities. We're on Jolt's side because why not, am I right? So I'm just gonna switch sides and reset it. So here we are. I told him good luck, have fun. He's a U2, and I noticed his team. Didn't think too much of it. Saw shiny scissor, asked him why, and then I noticed that everything was shiny, which is fair. There's a lot of pink, a lot of blue, and then green. Just doesn't fit in either. That's the worst part. It just stands out so badly. But yeah, 1 sec. Jesus Christ, I hate coughing. I hate being sick, guys. But yeah, anyways. So as you can see, my team right here. We went over it in the team builder, but in case you skipped it due to the timestamp, I brought Megalodios, Greninja, Scolipede, Jolteon, Emboar, and Goodra, and my opponent, Jolt of the Toronto Staraptors and the TokenMinorities, brought Scizor, Mega Swampert, Politoed, Wobbuffet, Sylveon, and Thundurus-T. So without further ado, let's just kick this game off. So he leads off with Serenity as I lead with Dab Boy. So I'm gonna switch out into NASCAR Bug because NASCAR Bug can eat a what's it called? Thingy, Hyper Voice. So I set up a Toxic Spike, and I figure out here that this Scizor is Defog Scizor, which is nice information because that tells me he's somewhat defensive. Now I expected to switch out right here into Politoed, so I go for a Will-O-Wisp, just because it does the most. I'm going to set it back to normal because it goes too fast. So I can switch into Greninja right here and abuse this rain that my opponent gladly set up. So Wobbuffet comes in trying to trap my Emboar, but I just switched out into Greninja. I do 45% with a Dark Pulse, so I could very easily take out Flash Flood right here. But I decided he decided that he wanted to preserve this thing, and I'm gonna go for a Scald, and that's gonna do 65% to this Wobbuffet. So that's a lot of damage right there. Now I'm gonna go for a Spike as he goes for a Destiny Bond, and I decided I am not about that life. So I'm gonna set up another Spike, and he's going to Encore me into that. And that means I'm going to have to set up another Spike because he's Shadow Tag Wobbuffet. So I'm setting up my third layer of Spike right here as he switches into Gale Force the Scizor. And you know what comes next. He's going to go for the play and click the defog button because he doesn't like these spikes. I'm very fond of these spikes, but he doesn't want any of it. So I switch out into Emboar. I can just click Flare Blitz right here pretty safely, despite him switching into Flash Flood or whatever he decides to go into. So I'm going to go for a Flare Blitz at the 16% in the rain, which shows that the Emboar is just a monster. So I'm gonna, instead of trying to take him out, I am going to switch out into Greninja as he goes for a rest. So I decided, yeah, I can keep this thing around. I can use this thing's rain myself. So I'm gonna set up a Spike on this thing as it's asleep, and then I can go for a Dark Pulse, which is 44%, and he's gonna be asleep for one more turn. I can go for another Dark Pulse as he goes for a rest on the wake up turn because he has been so severely damaged. So he's gonna go for rest right here, and this time I think I just click Dark Pulse directly as he sacks off his Wobbuffet. So Jolt, I'm sorry I'm handling here, Wobbuffet just didn't work this week. Very unfortunate, but in comes Sylveon, and Sylveon is Sylveon. I just decided to go for a Scald here and do 45% to the Sylveon in the rain. So I see this thing isn't leftovers, and I'm starting to question what item it is, but I didn't expect it to be 2 weeks in a row Kebia Berry. But he is the Poison Berry once again, and he did not get poisoned from the Poison Jab, which is very unfortunate. So he's going to protect right here. I expect that I go for the Swords Dance because Sylveons always do protect. So he's going to come in with Scizor this turn because he wants to preserve Serenity. It's probably his win con right there. So he goes into Gale Force. I'm sorry about the notes, by the way. So I go for a Poison Jab. I thought he could have possibly sacked it off. I'm not quite sure. But I go for a Mega Horn, and I find out that this thing is Rocky Helmet. So very defensive Scizor right there. He goes for a Defog and figured this thing is going to die this turn, so I'm just going to attack. He goes for a Bullet Punch, puts me in range of the Rocky Helmet. So we're going to have a double bug down. I get a crit, obviously mattered. But yeah, so my NASCAR bug is gonna fall and his Gale Force is gonna fall. So we're down we're at a tie of 4-4. He's gonna go into Serenity the Sylveon and go for the Protect, scouting what my Goodra wants to do. I'm just gonna click for the Sludge Wave and he's gonna Protect, of course, like I said. So I'm gonna go for another Sludge Wave. It does 35%. He's gonna Wish and do the Protect shenanigans. So I'm gonna just hard switch into Bianca right here on his Protect. So we've seen Wish, Protect, and Hyper Voice. Now I'm starting to think, could it be Heal Bell? Is it Toxic? What is his last move? And he reveals right here after I go for my Calm Mind that his last move is in fact Toxic. And this is going to work out very well in his favor because now my Latios is on the timer. So I'm going to go for a second Calm Mind right here as he goes for a Wish. And I decided to attempt to attack even though he just went for a Wish, which was a bad play on my part. I should have just set up a third Calm Mind because I could very easily deal with the Sylveon 1v1 at that point. But I decided not to, so I'm just going to go for a Side Shock right here as he goes for another Wish. And I'm sitting here thinking at this point, this is why I hate Sylveon. Sylveon's such an annoying little brat. I'm just going to go for another Side Shock. He gets his Wish back at 83%. I'm at 8%. There's no point in restalling it. He's going to switch into his Thundurus Instability, which is in fact a Focus Sash variant of Thundurus. So my Latios is going to die to the toxic damage. Now I'm going to switch into a Daikage right here. And I'm going to click Shadow Ball as he switches back into Sylveon. So Battle of the Eons right here. And Jolteon's going to switch out because I don't want to deal with this shit. So I switch into Johnny Blaze, my Emboar, and he does not want to take a Flare Blitz from this thing. At the least, no matter if he's max HP, max defense, no matter what it is. I'm an adamant, reckless Emboar with Flare Blitz. So he's going to switch into Flash Flood, and I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz, do 14% to this thing, and then I'm going to switch out into my Jolteon and just click. Oh wait, never mind. That's later. So he switches into. I switch into Gudras. He switches into Swampert. I know I can take an Ice Punch from this thing, and he does go for the Ice Punch. I do not get frozen. I go for the Power Whip, and I do connect. Swampert goes down. Gudra gets a kill before it says goodbye. In comes Serenity though, the Sylveon. I go for the Sludge Wave, and I get a Poison. Very fortunate on my part. Very unfortunate for Jolt, because that leaves his Sylveon insanely weakened since he doesn't have leftovers, and Wish Protect is not going to work forever. As he switches back into Flash Flood, I go for Stone Edge right here, because in case he switched, I don't know, I just clicked him because it was the safer bet since it wasn't rain weakened. So I go into Jolteon right here, and I click the Hidden Power Grass button just in case he would switch into Instability. So he did that, and I get off the HP Grass. I take it out. So I'm going to switch into my Emboar again as he goes for a Wish. He's going to get the Poison damage, and that is going to be a bad time. He's going to go for the Protect. I'm going to click the Flare Blitz button because at this point the rain is out. And he has Polytoad in the back, but it's asleep and it's not really a threat to me. So he's going to switch into it right here, into Flash Flood. I am going to go into my Jolteon on the following turn. And this battle is starting to close up. I'm going to switch into Jolteon as he switches into Sylveon. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt right here as he goes for the Hyper Voice. I do unfortunately get a crit. Not that it really mattered though. He's going to go for Hyper Voice at 56%. And due to that he went for that, the Thunderbolt crit did not matter. And here he says, well, GG, Pokemon's a fair game. And yeah, so I go for Thunderbolt here and take out the Polytoad, and that is game. So your St. Louis Sableyes take down the TokenMinorities Jolt of the Toronto Staraptors in a 2-0 fashion. So that leaves us at a record of 4-5 minus 6, I think. So we're still kind of on the back foot, but we're playing Dench next week. Then we have Cypher, and then we end off the season against Jordy, coach of the Leeds Rhyhorns. So, quick second. We're not quite out of playoff contention just yet. We still have the ability to fight on, and I'm very excited to see if we can make it this season. I'm not quite sure because I mean, this team isn't the best, but it's certainly not the worst either. We've been able to patch them some holes due to trades and stuff, and we've kind of fallen into a playstyle I'm more comfortable with. And I feel like I've definitely gotten a whole lot better at team building. Oh my god, I hate being sick, but yeah, regardless of that, So next week there's Dench, like I mentioned, there's Cypher and Jody. If we can win those 3, I think we go into playoffs. That'd be awesome. And then we'll see if we can take the Season 3 championship as well. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below, because your support is always greatly appreciated. It would especially help with the situation right now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below what you would have done differently, what you thought of the battle, what you thought about the team. And subscribe if you're new. We're on that road to 500 right now, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.